What is up, you guys? Oh, that was like a that was like a deep, sexy voice. I didn't know it was gonna start out that deep. Like, wow, okay. That surprised even me. What is up, you guys? So the moon has just gone void, of course, like literally 3 minutes ago. It's 4:19 p.m. It's almost 4:20. We're gonna blaze it when it becomes 4:20. I'm watching the clock like a hawk. We've got work to do. Moon's going void, of course. Going into Virgo energy, but we've got 11 hours of void, of course, now. So I am like on the clock, you guys. It's like I have been activated. So I did a thing today. I deleted the Threads and Instagram apps off of my phone. So it's the wildest thing. A year ago, I swear there were these articles and there was this stuff all over the internet that a certain water filter company was not gluten-free. I was having a lot of stomach issues at the time. We stopped drinking water from said filtration company products, and my issues immediately cleared up. When I have a celiac flare, when I have been glutened, it's not just like, oh, I have a little tummy ache. It's literally, I'm sick for 2 weeks straight. And for several years, I was having I was being continually glutened. So my insides got really messed up. And it got to where I could literally not eat anything processed. We had under 100 ingredients that we could cook with. We had to cook all of my food ourselves. We almost never eat out. It was a whole ordeal with my insides of the digestive situation. So, anyways, I'd made a post about that on Threads. And then now, when I did some further research, all said articles are gone. There are only articles actually saying the exact opposite. Anyways, whatever. Just lived experience, but that's fine. The funny thing is that Michael and I had both seen all of this stuff about bot farms the day before. And so I'd made this post and I woke up and it had randomly 25,000 views almost. I think it was almost 24. Anyways, it was a crazy amount of views. I hate getting that many views on Threads. And I've been really thinking a lot about I've been combining on a monthly basis, I get around 90,000 views on Threads and Instagram, and I felt like it was just really draining my energy, to be honest. I didn't like it. So I decided today, after many years of fantasizing about no longer being active on Instagram, and just feeling like every day that I spend on Threads is quite literally just draining me of my life force and creativity and will to continue existing on this planet. I decided to remove those apps from my phone today. So I deleted them, and I didn't make an exit post on Threads. I just deleted it. I set my profile to private. That's it. So if you already follow me, you can see whatever was there. That's fine. But I did delete the offending thread, since apparently we're now in a timeline that, that's fine. Whatever. That's great. I'm actually very excited about that, because I was shocked when I stopped drinking water, filtered in this manner, and my celiac issues stopped. But whatever, that's fine. It's cool. I'm glad we're in a timeline where that doesn't exist anymore. That's fabulous. But you know what I'm tired of is existing in locations where bots do. So I've made a choice for myself today that I will not be existing in locations where bot farms pilot half of apparently the known user base. Like, that's just not an alignment for me. It's not an alignment for me. So I decided to stop giving my energy to these platforms. I've picked up a lot of really icky coding on the back end, and I just don't like them. So I'm just not doing that anymore. Like, I literally haven't logged into my Facebook in a year and a half. If you're like an old personal friend of mine and you're like, where did she go? I haven't been on Facebook in a year and a half, and I'll never be back on Facebook. I'll sacrifice all the pictures that are like in my hidden albums. I used to use Facebook for like photo storage. Whatever I have is whatever I need. I don't give a fuck. It's a new era. Fuck this. So anyways, let's talk about the spirals of the sixth dimension. Okay. Yeah. So I realized that these platforms and these things that keep us in these routines, my issue with, like with Threads is just like all these random people and all these random bots can see your shit. And I don't want that. I want people who, I'm literally like, this is my life and I monetize my magic and my lifestyle is part of my magic. And I'm sick of being places where I don't feel like I can fully live my real lifestyle. A lot of peasant energy on Threads. Not about it. So I've been tossing around leaving for a minute and exclusively focusing with the business on, podcasting, blogging, Witchery U, our website. And today just seemed like as good of a day as any to do it. Like, why wait? Fuck this. Actually, you know what? We're not going to do that. We're going to banish this. So anyways, oh my God, I missed 420. Damn it. Now we got to blaze it now. I missed it by like 5 minutes. Anyway, so that's what I did today. And then I realized that these digital locations are really like, if you have ever read the Emerald Tablets, to take it to alchemy, obvi. These are like digital spirals of the sixth dimension, and the bots are the hounds of the sixth dimension, and they will chase you away from 7D AF. You can be trying to be aligned, living your best, most fabulous spiritual entrepreneur life, and then there these motherfuckers are. You're stupid, blah, blah, blah. Oh, so you intuitively thought this? No, I saw it on the fucking internet. Actually, for once, like that was my favorite comment was like, oh, so you intuitively stopped drinking the water? No, I saw an Instagram post by someone that I followed. I Googled it. There was a lot of data on the internet at that moment in time supporting this claim. So I tried an elimination. My issues stopped and I stopped using water pitchers like that. There we go. Like, bro, there you, what? No, I don't think. Oh, and my other favorite was she thinks water has gluten in it. And I was like, you're right. I have big boobs. I have blonde highlights. And I'm just an airheaded bimbo. I'm so stupid. And for 5 minutes, I put myself in the frequency of being so stupid that I thought water had gluten in it. And it was really fun. I recommend doing that. If you find yourself overthinking, just be like, big boobs, blonde highlights, no thoughts, head empty. I think water has gluten in it. Because you'll just tune into a frequency that's kind of relaxing. I'm not going to lie. It's kind of funny. Anyway, so, yeah. Hounds of the sixth dimension. Bots. They're bots, people. They are bots. So how do we remove ourselves from the hounds of the sixth dimension and the spirals of the sixth dimension and the bots of the sixth dimension, right? Because that's actually what... Like, we don't get ghosts, we don't get egregores, even, we don't get anything fun on the astral plane of 60. We get fucking bots, right? So how do you get away from the bots? Well, first of all, you have to stop going places where the bots frequent, right? Like, if there was a bot bar and you were like, oh, all the bots go to this cocktail bar, would you turn up with your posse trying to, like, vibe and be a multidimensional baddie at that bot bar? I don't think so. Okay, so what we do first is we remove ourselves from the locations where the bots are. Don't try to fight them. Don't go in the bot bar and try to fight the bots. Just don't go to the bot bar.
Step 1, remove yourself from the bots.
Yes, that's it, right? Step 1, remove yourself from the bots. Step 2, angles unknown to man, right? So what's an angle unknown to man? Stop doing what the bots are doing. That's literally it. That's all. Congratulations. Welcome to the Emerald Tablets 101 2025 edition. You can't read them like it is, Plato's day or Aristotle's day or whoever insert philosopher here, whatever. It's like the wrestling names anyways. Literally, like The Rock. So, it's like, wasn't that his wrestling name? Yeah, like, or I guess it is. I don't know. Has he retired? I don't keep up. Anyways, it's just modern day Greek theater, wrestling. So you have to read these ancient texts with like a consciousness translating them to today, right? So, like, when people try to like read Shakespeare like it was written, like Shakespeare didn't know what yeet meant, yo. He didn't say yo either. He didn't say homie, but he would have. Because all Shakespeare is just like dirty jokes and like slang of the era. But you have to like know what the slang of the era was to then update it into the era today. So what it is now is bots, and what we do is the stuff that they're not doing. And then we will exit the bot bar and we will go to the multidimensional party in the Garden of 7D. Welcome to Ascension 101. Stop going to the bot bar. That's it. That's all you need to know is like, stop going to the bot bar. Stop going to the Matrix. Stop going to where the bots hang out. Stop doing the things that these people do. Angles that are unknown to man. Stop living like you are immortal and start living like you are a multidimensional baddie. Yay! Well, how do we do that? We remove ourselves from places that bots frequent and that are not multidimensional baddie land. So I'm curious, what would multidimensional baddie land be for you? For me, it's like, it feels like going back to blogging. I started out blogging in like 2009. I think it was it on WordPress? I can't remember what we used to use to blog back then, to be honest, but it is something. I don't remember if it was WordPress, or I might have gotten my first WordPress in like 2013. I think that's when I got my first WordPress. I think there was something else. It was like Blogger or something, I think was what I used back in the day. And then I got my first WordPress back when I was a professional belly dancer. I built my first website on WordPress for belly dancing. I had my first blog, and I used to write blogs about belly dance. And they might still be out there. I don't know, to be honest. Anyways, so I'm iffy about YouTube, if I'm being honest. Like, I'm kind of dicey about it. Not sure if I really want to devote a lot of time to YouTube beyond using it as like video hosting for stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know that I really care about like using it beyond a video streaming service, because that's what I've always used YouTube for. I really like the concept of focusing on podcasting and blogging, right? And then Witchery U. So that's just what felt like a vibe to me. And then I was like, well, maybe we can tune into some email stuff. I'm not sure how I feel about that, because like I said, I don't check emails. But I don't listen to podcasts either, and I don't read blogs either. But I would, maybe, if I found vibey stuff, which I don't really look for, but to be honest, like, that's because I'm always creating so much. Like, I don't take in a lot of content these days. For the most part, I have like a few people that I do, but honestly, it's been because too, it's like, it's been difficult to find stuff on social media. You know, you think you're vibing with somebody, and then like, you start to really look at what they're doing, and you're like, oh my God, this is not a vibe. So it's like, I'm very selective about like the content that I take in. because I also channel so much. Like, it's kind of important for me to keep that really clear. So it's really about, what do I want to create for? You know what I mean? Where feels good to put my creations, not what feels like an energy drain and like I have to get up and run on this hamster wheel all day, every day. I don't want to do that anymore. Like, I just don't want to. Like, if I'm just being honest, I just don't want to. It's not really giving me a massive return of my investment. Everybody who literally buys from me right now is already in Witchery U and or has my email address or my Telegram. So if they want me, they know how to get a hold of me. Like, it's right there. And, it's like, how can you detach from these things that are draining you the most? Because then you start to really get this sense of creativity and power back. You start to tune into what you can do. You start to find that your capacity is not being drained, right? And it was like, I haven't had, social media apps on like my home screen or anything for months, but it wasn't enough. It's like, they had to go off my phone. They have to, like, I don't want to, my laptop doesn't even work right now. Fun fact, I've got to get it fixed. I just have kind of like no need for it. I'm just like, well, I'll get around to it. Like, Michael can do everything on the back end of the website, and he typically does everything on the back end of the website anyways. Use Witchery U on my phone. Like, I'm going to get it fixed, though. We did find somewhere, and we're going to take it, but I just have it yet. It was kind of nice, like, not having it for a minute, if I'm being honest, because it's like we just get so bogged down in, like, I have to do this, and I have to do that, and I have to do this, and I have to do that, and I have to do this, and blah, 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 and I don't have that kind of fucking energy, and I'm just done, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just over it. Like, what could you create if you weren't spending all of this time doing all of these things that these people have told you should do and have to do to make money? What could you create? How much money could you make if you weren't getting up and posting on their hamster wheel every day? I don't know. I'm going to go find out, though. And I'm going to tell you how much I make. And I have this crazy idea that it's going to be way more than I ever did on social media. Because I got to be honest, most of my highest months were between 15 and 17,000. Was not worth it. Not worth it to be on social media. It's not worth it to me. I don't fucking care. It's not worth it. And social media hasn't made me that in a long time. In fact, pretty much all the money that I make is off social media these days. Social media is no new clients from social media in months. All the clients that have contacted me on social media to make a purchase or book something have been people who have worked with me at least in some capacity. They've been in a program, they've been in a experience, they were a spell work client from years ago, right? Literally no new clients from social media in months. 0. But I average 90,000 views per 2 platforms a month. I think they're bots. I think the majority of the views are bots. So I'm like, well, let's go try some stuff, some other places, see what happens. Angles that are unknown to man. Modern alchemy for the modern age, right? Well, if there's a bot commenting on my website, Michael's gonna remove them and yeet them. Now beg, right? Bot comes up in Witchery U, yeeted. Immediately.
Yeah.
It's my queendom. You're rude on my YouTube. We're hiding you from the channel. But that's also, I think, why I really don't. Michael's gotten some comments on YouTube too, right? I really don't want to use YouTube as like new client acquisition platform. I don't want to utilize YouTube for brand building. I want to utilize. It sounds literally insane, I know, but I want to use my own fucking website. That's it. Is one of those candles like spluttering? Yes, it is. That is a candle spluttering. I was like, what is that noise? That is a candle spluttering. It's yours.
Yeah. Mine's on the right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Interesting.
Got some spells lit for me and Michael. Got some spells lit for a private client. Doing a little energetic entrepreneur and business maintenance. Fabulous. So, because I want people who are wanting to Google for exactly what I'm selling. That's it. I gotta be honest. This is a business. This is how I pay the rent. Right? Now, I am totally all about people who find my stuff and maybe they don't want to buy anything. That's fine. That's why I've got free stuff that you can read, you can listen to. Witchery U has free spaces you can join. Fabulous, right? But predominantly, I'm here speaking to people who want what I'm selling. And if that's a problem for you, you never have to listen to my voice or read any of my stuff or be in my spaces ever again. Please don't, right? I'm not saying you have to buy from me to listen to my content or read my content or whatever. But predominantly, I'm not speaking to people who don't want to buy things from me. I'm going to be honest. Bills to pay, books to buy, weed to smoke, crystals to purchase.
House to live.
House to live. Sheeps to love.
Yeah.
Peacocks to love. Lots and lots of flowers to love. I love flowers. And trees. Yeah, I love trees. I want to do some really cool things. Require money to buy. So, in case nobody realized that, it's a frequency. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, actually. It's just social media that tells you that there is something wrong with that, which is why I want to go out there and, maybe somebody just wants to read my blog. That's great. Welcome to the table. Maybe somebody just wants to listen to my podcast. That's great. Welcome to the table. Maybe somebody wants to buy every single thing that I ever put out. Great. Welcome to the table. Maybe somebody wants to dip their toes into a little something, something here, a little something, something there. Great. Welcome to the table. I love it. It's all part of it. It's all part of building the world of a brand. That's how you build the magical world of a brand, right? But I'm not going to do that at other people's tables anymore. I'm going to build my own. And the people who want to come sit at that table, they're going to be all about that table. They're going to be all about the party that they have been welcome to. That's just where I'm at. Personally. So I will keep you guys updated with how it goes. It pretty immediately started feeling like I felt like I had a lot more energy. I felt energy coming back to me in droves. Different ideas, different vibes. I started recording this. Yesterday I was crying and talking about how tired I was, and today I have a lot more energy. Just from getting up and people being really mean to me on the internet, and then me having had enough, and me, just deleting a couple of apps. Wild. Maybe try it. I don't know. It's a concept. You know what I mean? So anyways, I went and bought some new notebooks and some new pens, and I got a couple of books at the local metaphysical store. We got some new crystals, and yeah, so we're just going to be vibing for the rest of the day. I'm super excited because we have some very fun things planned for the Virgo full moon coming up on, it's overnight, March 13th to 14th. So that's exciting. We have an Ascended Frequencies version of a Shania Twain song that you can listen to if you join the quad in Witchery U, which is just, you get access to the quad and the news and the Ascended Frequencies library. Is that right? When you join Witchery U, when you make your free account. So you can find the link for that in the description. That's also where all of my memberships are hosted. So I announced today that I'm rolling my ritual membership up into my Luxury Witch Lifestyle membership. Luxury Witch Lifestyle was always supposed to contain the holidays. But when I launched Ritual at like the end of January, beginning of February, something like that. I think it was very end of January. Yeah. I had not relaunched Luxury Witch Lifestyle, and I didn't really know that if I was going to or not. And then I decided to relaunch Luxury Witch, and I just looked at it and I was like, it just makes more sense because Ritual was, the holidays. I had started creating some new and full moon content in there, but then I was like, I can just shuffle this right on over into Coven of One or Luxury Witch Lifestyle. So decided to do that, and I'm excited about that. So yeah, I'm gonna go have a little resty, go see what Michael wants to eat for dinner because I'm hungry. And I hope you guys are having a fabulous day, and I really invite you to explore what your own angles that are unknown to man might be as you start to yeet the spirals of the sixth density, because they're just going to keep you on a hamster wheel. I mean, there's a reason why spirals of the sixth density, a hamster wheel, you know what I mean? Like, they keep you running in this, eternal cycle, and that cycle makes you feel safe. But when you are an eternal, immortal, multidimensional, baddie stream of consciousness that exists across all space and time, what the fuck are you running for? You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing this shit for? Like, this is an experience that we're having. Fred's throwing up right now. Are you okay, honey? No. I think we have a hairball. Fred's like, I've had it with the spirals of the sixth density too, right? He doesn't want any of this either. So, I don't think I ever hit the bong with you guys, so let's have a little bong hit. On this Tuesday, if you've been feeling eclipse effects rolling in, by the way, we are going to have a frequency coming in for the full moon on Ascended Frequencies YouTube. You'll find that. That will assist with the eclipse effects. You can also find that in Witchery U. And what else? Fluorite. Fluorite on your third eye. If your head's hurting, if you're getting what I refer to as the third eye headache, which happens in eclipse seasons all the time, if you don't already have some fluorite, you need some. It's like one of my favorite crystals ever. It is the go-to in eclipse season. Pop a piece of fluorite. I find that purple works best for me, but I highly recommend you to try all the fluorites, test them out. Purple, green, I think there's blue, there's rainbow fluorite. Try them all out, see what works best for you. I find that the purple works best for me, but I encourage you to do your own research, see what works best for you. Pop it right on the third eye. Maybe take a little nappy nap with the fluorite on your third eye. Works a charm, really helps that tension that we can sometimes feel, particularly if we're more lunarly aligned beings from eclipses, right? Also, I got a piece of apatite today, and I was like massaging that around my third eye area. Oh, it was great. Really helpful. So maybe also try out some apatite. Smoky quartz right now is going to be great for grounding and just relaxing into the vibes. We had another really big macro timeline shift last night. And a macro timeline shift happens when we've got a timeline shift occurring that's affecting multiple universes at once. I get extremely anxious when they happen. Like, for hours prior to them occurring, I will be so anxious. And then I'm like, no, this is what's happening. And I can always feel when it shifts, because all of a sudden I'm just like, oh no, everything's fine. It's the wildest thing. I get so anxious. But I think it's because I just feel so much of the energy across universes. It's like I can feel all of the different mechanisming. And I'm like, wow, that's a lot. So very sacral chakra connected. Interestingly enough, Sacral chakra miscoding was introduced first via the Ontarian frequency, which was connected to media, social media, the media, public opinion, and influence, and all sorts of things like that. And that's just a little tidbit that I cannot prove, and I have no source other than my interdimensional guides for, so please don't ask me. I hate it when people are like, source, question mark. I will be explaining nothing beyond what I say in honor eternally of Daddy David Lynch. This one's for Daddy David Lynch. Always. It's always for Daddy David Lynch, though. What is not for Daddy David Lynch? He's just up there like, well, I mean, thanks. Anyways, David's always ready for people to work up to the astral plane and discuss things like, transcendental meditation and just fun stuff, whatever floats your boat at the moment. He says he is a little bit disappointed. He had thought more people were going to be astral projecting by now to see him, but whatever. He's patient. He's waiting. He's playing the long game. That's fine. Well, as people get very busy paying attention to what other people are doing, and then they can't pay attention to anything else. So maybe we should stop that. Pay attention to what we're doing and what is really going on the astral and etheric and multidimensional planes. Here we go, guys. Let's blaze it, and then we're gonna bring this transmission to an end. Yeah. Sending you peace, joy, love, beauty, magic, and herbal magic vibes. Green witchery vibes, if you will. That's right. Somebody just went like rolling down the mountain. Damn. Sounded like it anyways. Mira was like, offensive. Alrighty. Check out the description for all sorts of links if you're wanting more. And I will talk to you in the transmission. Bye. Next transmission. Then I'll talk to you in the next transmission. I gotta go, astral project somewhere or something. Love you. Bye.